Mindful Life Practice community.
So welcome to your practice. It's either late night or early morning for you. Either way, you're showing a commitment to being here, showing up for yourself. So we're moving through our Vin Yin practice, and this practice is half vinyasa, half yin. And we're going to start it in a seated meditation. So come to sit either on your mat or on your pillow, or a block maybe. And then invite some length along your spine, vertebrae stacking upon vertebrae. Ease your shoulders down your back body. And then decide what to do with your palms. They can be face down if you want a bit of groundedness, or face up if you want a little bit of energy to receive this morning. And then just start to feel out how the breath is entering and exiting the body. Is it warm or cool when it passes the nostrils? Do you fill up the lungs like a big balloon? Can you suck in any more air? And can you make that breath filling, but also easy? So I love Vin and Yin because it's all about giving you a little bit of what you want and a little bit of what you need. Right? We come to our practice either as Vin people or Yin people, in my experience. And then in this class, you have to do both. And the end of the practice, you leave having established a bit more balance in your life. So maybe that is your intention, simply and sweetly bringing balance where balance is needed. Or if you have another intention, establish it now. And then we will start moving on our breath. So take an inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale your palms at heart center. I see Sarah and Lujan joined us. Good morning. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. And then exhale your palms at heart center. Let's take one more. Take a big breath in, sweep your arms up, and this time you're going to reach overhead. You're going to interlace your palms. Stretch the interlaced palms up towards the sky. And can you feel your ribcage expanding with each inhale and exhale? So your breath is moving outwards, sideways right now. And then take your stretch over towards the right, lateral side bend. Come all the way back through center and then side bend the opposite way, over towards the left. And then breathe all the way up, reach through the fingertips. And then take it into a twist. So twist towards the right knee, land your left palm on your right knee, land your right fingertips like a tent and gaze over the right shoulder. And then we'll drop the right earlobe down towards the right shoulder and feel an expansion on your left trapezius muscle. Inhale all the way up. And then twist the opposite way. And then drop the earlobe down towards the shoulder. Come all the way back up, hands up towards the sky. Take your palms at heart center, drawing energy inward, and then just connect your thumbs to your heartbeat and take a few deep breaths. And then if you're sitting on a prop like me, just slide it to the side. Bring yourself into a tabletop. From your tabletop, you are going to turn your palms so that they're face out. So fingertips out towards the sides of the mat, and maybe stay here. If it's okay for your wrists, you're going to turn the hands all the way around so that fingertips are going back towards the knees, and then just rock back and forth, waking up through the wrists. What is happening in your wrist creases? Taking one more rock. And then just rotate those hands all the way back into neutral, and now consciously spread through the palms and press through the fingers and tuck your toes. Bring your body to hover just above the mat, knees just floating, and shift your hips back in space, still with knees bent for 3 or 2. And then on 1, lift your hips up and back and come into your first down dog. And so if it is 11 p.m. at night, you might feel more spacious in your calves. And if it's 7 a.m., you might feel a little bit more tight. And just observe that. Notice it. Come all the way into a neutral now, and then take a breath in, ripple your heart forward like a wave coming into your plank. And then exhale, shift all the way up and back, down dog. And then take 3 more just like this, inhaling all the way forward. And then exhaling all the way back. 2 more, breath in. And then breath out. And then 1 more breath in, and this time you come all the way forward and stay there. Land your knees onto the mat, untuck your toes. Slowly lower all the way down, elbows drawing back. Walk your fingertips off the side of the mat, elbows pointing up. And then inhale, rippling all the way up into your back bend. And then exhale, coming all the way down. Now I just saw Raksha today. Good morning, Raksha. It's nice to have you. Take a few more, breath in, rippling up. And then breath out, lowering. 2 more, breath in. And then breath out. And then 1 more breath in. And then 1 more breath out. And then walk your palms underneath your shoulders. You're going to come up to a tabletop. And then come all the way back to a down dog and bend through your knees, gaze forward. You're gonna walk your feet up to meet your hands. And then take a breath in, halfway lift. Take a breath out, fold forward. And then bend through your knees, gaze forward, sit your hips back, lift your heart up, finding your chair, your Utkatasana. So earlier this week, I did a yoga class themed around choice. There are certain things that as human beings, we do not have any choice around. Right? We don't have choice how the trees grow, how the birds fly. We don't have choice that we're living in this quarantine right now. Where does choice live in your body? Where does choice live in your breath? And where does choice live in your mind? Right? The choice to be okay with this chair pose, to be okay with the discomfort, that's a choice. The choice to even be in this pose at all, to be in this yoga practice, that's a choice. How you're calming and soothing your breath as you're holding here, that's a choice. Reminding yourself you're not going to be here forever, that's a choice. Just give it one more breath, you got this. And then exhale it forward, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step back, find your strong plank. And again, we're gonna linger for a little while. Push the ground away. Lift up that space between the shoulder blades. Heels stacking above toe mounds. Choosing to be okay with this, 3. Knowing that you're not gonna be in plank forever, 2. And then 1, move through your vinyasa flow. Nice, coming all the way back up to your down dog. Take your right leg up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Draw your right knee in, step your right foot between your palm. Land onto your left knee. And then inhale your arms up towards the sky. In your Anjaneyasana, your low lunge, we're gonna open our arms into cactus arms this morning. And then draw your right arm underneath your left. Find yourself in an eagle, a Garudasana connection. And then lift through your elbows, inviting a little bit of a back bend, a little bit of a heart opener. Maintain a softness through your shoulders, and know if you're wobbly, it's okay. I am wobbly today too. I don't know why. And then unwind, reach your arms up towards the sky. And then reach your arms forward. And now I want you to imagine that you're pulling back a bow and arrow, and you leave your left arm extended, and you peel your right arm back, and then all of a sudden it reaches towards the back of the room. And then you're gonna reach forward and plant your left palm on the inside of your right foot. And maybe you stay here, and maybe you draw the fingertips back, seeing if you can connect the left foot to the right palm and get a little bit of a quadricep stretch. And if it's too much for your quad, it does not matter. You have choice. You don't need to choose this pose. It does not make you better at yoga. And then release your left foot. Land your right palm on the back of the mat. We're gonna do one more thing. Walk your fingertips backwards, lengthen through your right leg. Take a few breaths, just hinging your heart, letting gravity do the work. And then leave your left fingertips where they are as you reach your right arm up towards the sky. Land your right arm back. Walk your fingertips forward, tuck your toes, lift your left knee. And then you are going to peel your right arm up towards the sky one more time. Step your right foot all all the way back, bringing yourself into a vinyasa-inspired, a side plank. And then if you would like, you're gonna land your right toes behind your left leg on the mat and invite your heart into a wild thing. And then come all the way forward, all the way into your full plank. Nice work. Follow through with your vinyasa. Bring your body up to a down dog. And then we're gonna hold the down dog for a few breaths. So I told the story the other day, and I think some of you were in this class. Told the story about how drinking alcohol was a problem for me. And people often ask me how I quit. And the number one thing I will say to people is that it was a choice. Right? I could spend years and years Googling how to quit alcohol. Do I have a drinking problem? But it was not until I decided today is day one. Tomorrow is day two. The next day is not going to be day 0. It's going to be day 3. Right? Every day I made a choice to wake up being sober. There are certain things that we don't have a choice around. Like I didn't have a choice that I had a problem with alcohol, but I had a choice whether I was going to carry on drinking or whether I was going to change it. So where does choice live in your body and your breath and your mind and off your yoga mat? Take your left leg up towards the sky. Nice work. You held that for a long time. Draw your left knee in, step your left foot between your palms. Land onto your right knee. If you have to cushion the knee, go ahead. And then we'll move into that flow on the opposite side. So open your arms. Weave your left arm underneath the right this time. Make your connection with your eagle if that's okay. And then expand through your heart a little bit. Inhale, unwind your arms up, release that. And then reach your arms forward. Now you're gonna keep your right arm extended and you're gonna imagine you're pulling this bow back and you're feeling an articulation through your spine as you spiral and you open your chest. And then reach your right palm forward, plant it on the inside of the left foot, and then either stay here or choose. Maybe you come into that quad stretch and maybe your quad is tighter on this side. Notice it. Release your foot, plant your palms, walk your fingertips back, lengthen over your left leg. And then this time, leave your right fingertips where they are and reach your left arm up towards the sky. So you're twisting towards that lengthened leg. Land your left palm back down. You're gonna walk your fingertips forward, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Lift your left arm up towards the sky. And then roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, step back, find your vinyasa-inspired, your plank for a moment. And then take your left toes behind the right leg and push your hips and your heart up towards the sky, coming into your wild thing. Come all the way forward into a plank. Move through that vinyasa. Coming all the way back to your down dog. And then land your knees on the mat. Walk your hands forward, coming into a puppy pose. So a little bit of a back bend, a heart opener. Just feel what's happening in your spine this morning. So we're going to move through one more standing vinyasa flow, probably. A few more active poses, and then we will drop into the yin soon, I promise. So walk all the way back with the palms, bringing your body back up to a table. Lengthen your right leg behind you. Oh, the cat has come into the room. And then lift your left arm up behind you so that you're coming into this balancing pose. Draw your navel in, keep your gaze low. And then if you would like to, you're going to kick your heel back and see if you can reach your left arm back and see if you can grip your left palm and your right ankle, and this is called tiger pose. This is a back bend and a balance. And then release your grip. Take a big breath in. And then exhale the elbow into the knee. Take 3 more, breath in. Breath out. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. And then 1 more. And then inhale, extend. Land your left palm, land your right knee. Take a breath in, find your cow. Exhale, find your cat. And then bring your body all the way into neutral, opposite side. Left leg extends, right leg lifts. Navel drawing in, find your balance. Know that it's okay if you fall. Gaze towards the mat so that your neck is in line with your spine. And then if you like, reaching back, finding your back bend, finding your quad stretch. 3, 2, and then 1, release that. Big inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Take 3 more, breath in. And then breath out. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more, inhale. 1 more, exhale. And then inhale, extend. Land your right palm in your left knee. Take a breath in, cow. Take a breath out, cat. And then come back. Tuck your toes, lift your lift your knees up and back, down dog. Bend the knees, gaze forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Nice. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, fold, and then bend through your knees, gaze forward, lift your arms up. You're gonna take your palms into your heart center. Take a breath in, lift at the elbows, and then take a breath out, twist your left elbow onto your right knee. And then start to trust weight onto your right foot. You're gonna kick your left heel up, see if you can find balance. 3, 2, yeah, nice work. And then 1, yeah. Step your left foot all the way back, so now you're in a twisted low lunge. Yeah, you got it, nice. Stay for a few breaths. And then we're gonna unwind all the way up, land your left heel, open up, find yourself all the way into a warrior 2. So your right knee is stacking on your right ankle, right arm extends in front of you. Take a breath in, reverse the warrior. Take a breath out, come all the way back upright, and then interlace your palms, push your palms together, lift through your heart, and then hinge your heart forward, so you're bringing your body into a humbled warrior. Inhale all the way back up, release your grip. Start to swivel so that your right heel is lifted and your hips are facing the front of the room, and then inhale your arms up, open them into cactus. Draw your right arm underneath your left. Find your eagle again. Hands can high five. You're going to trust your weight forward and see if you can stack your left thigh on top of your right. Nice work. Ardhasana eagle. You got it. Leg is zipped on top of the other. Holding here. Find the middle. And then unwind. Extend your left leg all the way back. Warrior 3 with the palms interlaced. Unwind, take the arms behind you, and then step back. Palms are going to land on the mat. Nice work. Leave your left palm where it is. Bring your right palm up towards the sky. One more time, step back, side plank. And then land your right toes behind you again, coming into your wild thing. And then this time you're going to come all the way forward and sit onto your bottom. Right foot is in. Reach your right arm forward in between your right hand and your left leg, and then see if you can wrap the right arm all the way back and take your left arm behind it, finding a bind. And if you can't find that bind, then just forward fold as is. And then we'll release that grip. Take the left palm onto the mat. Nice work, guys. Lift up. Step all the way back, side plank. 3, 2, 1, and then flow through your vinyasa. One more standing flow. We got this. Coming all the way back up to your down dog. Bend the knees, gaze forward. Step your feet up to meet your hands. Nice work. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend through the knees, sit back, lift the arms up, find your chair. Remember that there's choice in this pose. Taking your palms at heart center, and this time you lift and you twist your right elbow onto your left knee. And then can your left foot hold you as you kick your heel back, knowing it's okay if you fall. Step your right foot all the way back, bring your body into a twist. And then slowly unwind your way all the way back. Warrior 2, interlace your palms, push your palms together, take a big breath in. And then hinge your body forward, humble your warrior. Come all the way up, up, up. Lift off of the heel, spiral forward, arms extending. Oh, knowing it's okay if you fall. Open your arms. And then this time it should be your left arm underneath your right, eagle again. Trust weight onto your left foot. Step your right foot all the way forward, stack the thigh. You got this. And then unwind it all. Lean back into a warrior 3, like move just for a moment. And then step it all the way back and unwind, reaching your arms up. Come all the way forward. Once again, coming into that side plank. So leave your right palm where it is. Take your left arm up towards the sky. And then shift weight onto your right side of foot, left foot stacks. Find your side plank for a moment. Land your left toes behind you. Lift your heart up, breath in, breath out. And then come to sit on your bottom. Left arm reaches forward, 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 and maybe you can wrap it around. Maybe you can make that connection, humbling your heart into a forward fold. 3, 2, and then 1. And then come all the way forward. Plant your palms on the mat. Come all the way back to a plank. One more vinyasa, last one, I promise. I'm tired today. Lift up to down dog. And then land your knees on the mat. Bring your body up to sit on the toes. We're gonna move through a dancing camel series, so a back bend series. So your right fingertips are gonna tuck behind you, and then you're gonna engage the quads and lift your heart up. And then exhale, take it back. Land your left fingertips and inhale, heart open. Keep going like this. Moving at your own pace. Just kind of enjoying the moving meditation and doing what feels good. Take a few more. Maybe one more of each. And then come all the way through center. Untuck your toes. Take your knees wide, sit your hips back. And rest your forehead coming into your child's pose. So we're starting to transition from our Vin to our Yin. And I like to use this child's pose always as a transition. Because it helps me make this shift into the parasympathetic nervous system. So in our 2020 lives, we're super go, go, go. We're extremely connected. Often our minds move a mile a minute. And so yin poses can be super challenging. Because they are not how we usually are. It's one of the reasons why the quarantine was so challenging for us at first. It's like we were living our lives in a constant vinyasa class, and then all of a sudden we had to switch into yin. And for many of us, myself included, it was extremely challenging. So I say it a lot, that we get a little of what we want and a little of what we need from this type of class. You might be like me, living in vinyasa all the time, and what you really, really need is to slow down. And then you might be living in yin all the time, and what you really need is a bit of fire, a little bit of tapas. Just allow yourself to take in both. Start to bring yourself into that balance. Take a few more rounds of breath here. And then just bring your palms underneath your shoulders. Lift your way up into your tabletop. Tuck your toes under, coming up to a down dog. You're just gonna walk your hands back to your feet. And we're coming into a dangling yoga pose. So bend the knees a lot here. You don't need to overstretch through the hamstrings. It's pretty early in the morning. You can grip opposite elbows. And when I teach this class in the studio, I often set people up with 2 blocks and then a bolster on top to make a little table. If you want to support yourself in that way, go ahead. Or you can just come to a piece of furniture and lay your elbows on the furniture. Or if you're happy dangling, then just dangle. Lots of options. We are going to be here for about 4 minutes. So find your personal edge, and it has to be sustainable. So if you overdo it and push yourself too far, it's not going to be beneficial for your body. Where is there choice in our yin yoga practice? There's choice in how we approach the poses. Right? We can approach them with a yin-like quality in a passive and calm way. We can approach them like yang and kind of bulldoze into them. What kind of quality do you want to choose to integrate into your life? So we've been here for 3 minutes, just a minute longer. Are there feelings of discomfort? Feelings of boredom? What emotional reaction is showing up for you right now? Know that the emotional reaction itself is normal, but you're feeding it and you're reading into it and being with it. That is a choice. You can be like the sky holding the weather, or you can hold on to that storm. Right? The cloud can pass through you, or you can let it linger. Where does choice live in your brain? Where does it live in your yoga practice? Take one more round of breath. Nice work. You did it. And then slowly, slowly, slowly roll up, stacking vertebrae upon vertebrae, bone upon bone. You're going to come all the way up into stand in your Tadasana. And allow this to be your rebound. Let that pose wash over you. Feel it. Taking one more round of breath. And then, even though it's yin, we're going to transition in a Vin kind of way. So take a breath in, let your arms reach up. Take an exhale, fold. Take an inhale, lift your arms up. And then on your exhale, we're coming all the way into a Sphinx pose. So you're going to walk your feet all the way back, walk your hands forward, and then just bring your body onto your mat. And your elbows are going to land underneath your shoulders. And your palms are going to rest on the mat. So you can choose, there's different ways you can go about this. Sometimes I like to place a bolster or a pillow underneath my ribs. That can be nice, just open up through. Or maybe you want to place the bolster underneath the elbows. That also works. And again, we are going to be here for 3 minutes. So the first pose we did was a forward fold. The second pose we're doing is a heart opener. So my teacher, Rolf, he did this meditation on choice. And he was speaking about Juneteenth and what it meant for his family. He's a Black American yoga teacher and his children are Black. And he talked about how painful it was to be a parent and to try and raise your children in a world where they feel safe and loved, while also looking them in the eye and telling them the truth. The truth about the Holocaust, the truth about the history of slavery, these terrible truths that make up our history. And we're about halfway through this pose. If you want to take it a little deeper, I'm going to give you an option to go into your full seal, where you place your palms on the mat a little bit wider than your elbows were, and you lift your heart up. Now, this is a pretty deep variation. Remembering that we will be here for 2 minutes and you have a choice around it. Choose a posture that is sustainable for you. So one of the things that Rolf talked about was, after Juneteenth ended, after the slaves were released from slavery in the States, the saddest thing, in his opinion, was that once these people were no longer held back by the law, they were still being held back from their neighbors. Right? It was their neighbors who chose to not want them to have the same rights as their children. It was their neighbors that chose to look down at them because of something they had no choice over, color of their skin. And maybe these people didn't understand human potential, and they didn't understand the things that we have choice over. We don't choose that we're in this quarantine. We don't choose the way the trees grow. We don't choose the way the birds fly, but we can choose how we react to things, how we speak out about things. We can choose what we want to embody in this world that we live in and what we want to bring to it. Take one more round of breath. Nice work. And then just slowly lower. If you have a bolster there, just slide it to the side. Come onto the belly and let's just rest one side of the forehead. So all of us are neighbors. And we all have a choice around how we want to be good neighbors. And if we are living our yoga, if we're not just doing our yoga, if we're living it, then we see from the philosophy that it is our job to choose to be loving and kind. That is our duty. Take one more breath. And then you are going to slowly flip over, just like you're a pancake flipping. Before we slide into Shavasana, we're going to rinse it out with a little bit of a twist. So take your knees in. Open your arms into cactus arms. Just drop your knees over to the right. Lay your right palm on top of your left thigh and gaze over the left shoulder. So you made a choice to show up for yoga this morning. And I have ebbed and flowed through this throughout my life. There are times when you're more committed to your yoga practice. There's times when you're less committed. But how good does it feel to be here doing this for yourself? Come all the way back through center and then just twist off the other way. Come all the way back in through center. Give yourself one last little hug. In this hug, identify one thing that you want to choose to take from this practice off of your mat and into your life and through the rest of your day. One thing that will serve and benefit not only you, but the people around you. And then either stay in this hug or slowly stretch out, extending one leg and then the next on your mat. Letting your heels be heavy, your toes droop away. And then palms can either rest on the belly or they can lie flat and face up. Coming into your final resting pose. Rest in stillness as best you can. And in silence as best you can. Knowing that I will bring you back when the time is up. Blackbirds singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird, fly. Blackbird, fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Give your fingers and your toes a little wake up wiggle. Running a nice long stretch, fingertips all the way through toes. Take your knees into your chest, give your body a nice little hug. And then make your way up into a seated shape. Taking your hands together at your heart center, lengthening through the spine, softening through the shoulders. We close with an intention. It's an ancient intention, but it's perhaps the original intention. And it's been passed from teacher to teacher, from heart to heart, through thousands of years. And it's that our yoga practice remains steady, that our efforts on this path remain continuous, and that our yoga serves and benefits not only ourselves, but all of the people in our lives and all of the people in their lives, and so on and so forth. May all beings be well, be happy, be healthy, be free. And may the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. And if you would like to join for an Om, we'll inhale and exhale and inhale through to make the Om. So big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Thank you for sharing the space and the practice. Om Shanti, 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 peace. Namaste.
Creative Practice Community.